Hi, I'm Edel and I'm a proud believer of Jesus Christ. I have been a born again Christian since I was in second year high school. A friend of mine invited me to their church, and I never really looked back since then. But I started drifting away when I went to college, and especially when I had my first job. I started coming up with excuses not to go to church, too tired, too sleepy, or just, don't have time. I started building an undesirable life, and I went and got into an ungodly relationship. Around 2018, I was already very dissatisfied with my life. I hated my job. I know that this is not I know that this is not what I wanted with my life, and my relationship with my then boyfriend is not it's just not working out anymore. But I just couldn't get out of it. It felt like I've already lost touch with my friends in church, and I felt like if I tell them what I've been doing with my life, that they're gonna shun me. So I was really afraid. I felt really alone, and then that's when I remembered that there is God, that He loves me, and that if I call on to Him, He will always answer me. I started praying and crying to Him to save me out of that life, out of that relationship. And He did. He did save me. I found myself quitting the job, quitting, finishing, ending the relationship. It was hard. It was not an easy transition in any way. But know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. The God who delivered me from that situation will not leave me nor forsake me. So I know for sure that I am on the right track. So I started going to church more and more. I started attending ministries and classes, and I was always being reminded of my father. My father who physically, verbally, emotionally, mentally abused all of us in the family. I was just, I kept remembering him every time that I'm praying, every time that I'm in church, every time there's a topic about whatever in church, about, forgiveness, about about family. He's just always there at the back of my head. And my father, he died when I was in grade school. And at that time in grade school, I felt like it was the happiest day of my life to have my tormentor gone. But as I listened to the pastors, as I listened to my mentors, my teachers, it's as if like I'm missing something. I don't know what it is at the time. But I tried to ask God to stop reminding me of my dad, because what can I do? What can he do? He's dead. There's no way that I can say sorry to him. There's no way he could say sorry to me. How is this gonna happen? But every time that I remember my life before I surrendered everything to Jesus, it was garbage. I was doing all sorts of stuff that I shouldn't be doing. And God, He still redeemed me. He still accepted me. Who am I to hold a grudge? So I said, okay, Lord, I will start praying on it. I honestly don't know how, but I know that you could do anything. You could do anything. You created the heaven, the earth. You who without sin, took the sin of humanity. And then one day, just one day, I swear, it just happened. It just clear as day. I would like to tell you, every time that I think about my father, it's just blank. It's just color blank. I'm just like really mad. I don't want anyone when he died. I never told anyone. I rarely tell anyone that he's dead when I was in high school or college. I don't want people to say to my face that, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, because I'm not sorry. And I don't want them to ask how he died. I don't want them to ask how I feel. I just avoided that type of conversation. But at that one day, but on that day, on that fateful day, I just felt relieved. And then I started seeing my dad when I was a kid, and I would run to him and he would carry me. It was a sight that I have never really seen before. And I said to God, thank you, Lord, because I forgive him. And I don't have to live my life being angry at him. I don't have to carry this pain. I don't have to carry this hurt. And I now have a responsibility to share Jesus to other people, so that they would have this kind of peace. Because that now that every time that I think about my dad, I'm thankful for all the sacrifices that he did. And every time that my mom would talk about him, unlike before, I would not have to walk out of the room. I would listen to her stories, and I'm thankful that I know that I can hold my peace, even from people who would intentionally or unintentionally hurt me. And it's true what it says in Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, shall guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. My hope and prayer for everyone is that whatever it is that is hurting you, whatever it is that you have already deemed impossible, lift it up to the Lord, and you will be surprised how much he loves you, and how much he wanted to take this burden off of your shoulders, and how much he can do that in ways you won't be able to imagine. Thank you so much for listening to my testimony, and you have a wonderful life. God bless us all.